Well, everyone, just yesterday, we actually ended up getting, or 2 days ago, we actually ended up getting the next official beta of iOS 15.6. Now, when I saw that, I truly didn't know what to expect because we just got 15.5, and I was almost 100% positive that 15.5 was probably going to be the last iteration of software we would get from iOS 15 in terms of it being an official Point X release. I was expecting possibly 15.5.1, 15.5.2, but the fact that Apple is already making a beta of iOS 15.6 kind of makes me a little bit weary about what's going to be happening with iOS 15, and it actually makes me more excited about iOS 15 in the future because, like I mentioned before, I think Apple is going to be, cutting out the iPhone 6s series, keeping the 7s, but they're probably going to end up, continuing to support the iPhone 6s series on iOS 15. Now, by them dropping this beta, people kind of forget that iOS 15 is still going to be sticking around. Even though we're getting iOS 16 in a beta, Apple is probably still going to be pushing out iOS 15 updates alongside, since most people will still be on iOS 15, and Apple wants to make sure those devices are as secure as possible. So with iOS 15.6 coming out, and this kind of puts iOS 16 in an interesting spot, mostly because I'm assuming iOS 16 is almost already ready to go in terms of beta. It's going to be coming out in a few weeks. But if Apple ends up focusing on this beta and that beta as well, well then what's going to be happening with iOS 16? Are they splitting up the developers in two different ways? I honestly don't know what Apple's going to be doing here. On top of that, they released betas for watchOS, macOS, and tvOS. So it's kind of like, are they splitting up iOS 15 and iOS 16 developers? I really wanted Apple to focus in on iOS 16, and because there could be more features and a lot more features added with iOS 16, it's always been a little troublesome in my opinion with having a beta and a beta at the same time. So like I mentioned, I would have loved if Apple went ahead and focused in on iOS 16, but this doesn't necessarily mean that iOS 16 is not ready to go or that there's issues with it or whatever the case is. I think what this could mean is that iOS 16 Apple probably has wrapped up production and they're probably getting ready to go ahead and probably release it in a beta, the next few weeks. And by them doing that, they probably want to go ahead and make sure iOS 15 is as stable as possible. I love when Apple makes betas, and I always recommend people not to install the beta on your official phone that you're using on an everyday basis, but I've just never really been super happy when they have two betas going at the same time. And another thing is if iOS 16 comes out, chances are iOS 15.6 is still going to be in a beta. And if 15.5.1 comes out and 15.5.2 comes out, well then the 15.6 beta is going to have to encompass all those changes as well, and it's just always been a little tricky in my opinion. For them to release a Point X update, right when the last Point X beta just wrapped up, it's always a little tricky in my opinion, but it's also a little bit weirder because we're so close to iOS 16 coming out. It is a little interesting in my opinion. So that kind of covers it. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.